Gentlemen and lady, it is I, Dick Thunderlips, here to bring you the piping hot scoop straight to your ear holes. That's right, folks. We've got it popping off. It's playoff time, and Dick's excited. This is your DTF Recparoo, that fantasy report that you need in your life, and we're gonna pop it off right in the bottom. You see, right in the bottom, right in the glutton of everything, you got Dick's Thunderdome, baby. You got every team that's not the top four. You got the top four playing for the ultimate prize. You got all the rest. All the rest is trying to score as many points as possible over the next 4 weeks. And let me tell you, it's already a bomb burner, baby. Let's take a looky-loo right off the tippity top, folks. As you'll see some matchups. Remember, the matchups don't matter. All that matters is that you score as much as you can, folks. Right here, take a look as week one progressed. We have the Professor dropping a $1.45. We also will see Daddy Boys, sorry about my damn cough, team, who slipped their way right out of the playoffs and had some tough luck in this one. The Professor, gotta love what he got out of David Carr. What did David Carr? What did Derek Carr do to drop 31? What is even happening? Chris Carson looking like a beast. 23 from Mike Gesicki, trying to make it up for us, Oscar, this whole time. This whole disappointing year. And they said, we got you, boo. We're going to go off when it matters in Dick's Thunderdome, baby. So Oscarito dropping a $1.45, a huge first week, folks. Not much pooping on the bench. But hey, well, you can't complain. You have Mike Evans and you have Leonard Fournette on a bye, and you still dropped a $1.45. You're doing something right, folks. Meanwhile, sorry about my damn cough. Did some things wrong. Let's talk about what they did wrong. They didn't play Cam Newton. No, they didn't trust him after Cam dropped a big turd last week, costing Danny Boy all his hopes and dreams of getting into the playoffs. So they signed up Mitch Trubisky. Oh, they were thinking they wanted only 13 points instead of 23. Boy, oh, let me tell you. And that's a lucky 13, because Mitch is a bitch, let me tell you. Oh, Alvin Kamara, meanwhile, 17 points. Oh, back with a pulse, baby. And you know why? Because the dude got a touchdown. And frankly, he's doubled his catch production. He went from 1 to 2 catches in this game from that non-Drew Brees QB that we're not going to talk about over in New Orleans. Meanwhile, what really did in Danny Boy was Antonio Gibson getting hurt and leaving the game with a knee injury. And dude, when your knee's hurt, you're just done. What can I say? Corey Davis, though, going off trying to make up for it with 35 million points. I don't know what's going on here, folks. Danny Boy's got a real kerfuffle ahead of him. Not sure if he's got a QB. Not sure if he's got a running back. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that he's in a decent spot so far with a $1.21. Not too slouchy. Meanwhile, we're gonna do our best to Skippy Doo here and continue down the Thunderdome path with a $1.23. You had Alfredo and Mr. Steven Naramore. $1.18. You hate to see it. Naramore, you gotta do a little better than that, Jack. Let's see how they did. Ryan Tannehill still doing it. Edwards Hilaire with 0 with a gooser egg. I don't know what happened there, folks. Dick wasn't in Kansas City. Hopefully Freddie knows what's going on. That's the dude. The dude's team is named after this guy, and he's putting up goose eggs. Speaking of goose eggs, only 2.7 from Jalen Richard. I don't know what's going on here, folks. No RB love, but it didn't matter because you still got Adam Thielen with 21, Deontay Johnson with 21, and the return of Marvin Oh My Jones with 25. I mean, hey, if Freddie's receivers are gonna do this, who needs running backs? Let's be honest. If Freddie will clean up those RBs, it's a little late in the game, but clean up your RB situation, and we'd have a happy little team here. We'll paint some happy trees. Not much to look forward to either there, Freddie. Got a little patchwork to be done. Meanwhile, Stephen Naramore missing Josh Jacobs didn't really miss him at all with Aaron Jones dropping 23. Josh Allen still a destroyer with 30. Only 6 from Deontay Booker. With Allen out, you think Booker's going to have a big game. Booker and Richard did nothing. All Derek Carr, all in the air apparently, to players that nobody owns. Debo Samuel with the pulse. Crowder still getting it done. Fernando Moore. Oh, and the Packers D, let me tell you, 12. The Packers D doesn't show up very often, but when they do it for Stephen Naramore, I guess. Anywho, Jared Goff and Cam Akers, gotta wish he got him in there, folks. But we'll see. Naramore can clean it up, still make a run. It's only 1 week into the Final Four. Yeah, clean it up, keep pushing. Remember, if you finish last in the Thunderdome, you pay to ship the belt to the champ. And you win shame. Shame. And no one wants to win shame, folks. Shame is the worst of all the prizes. Continuing right along, speaking of shame, we have Matt Segovia. The closest he might get to the belt is having to ship it, folks. Only 96.4. But $1.21 for Tyree. He's trying to be like his daddy, Adrian, and have a pulse in Dick's Thunderdome. Let's see where things went aground. And obviously for Matthew J. Segovia, where it went aground was the fact that he still deployed Justin Herbert, and he had a terrible day with only 4. 20 from Jarvis Landry, and this is where you'll see Naramore, or not Naramore, oh Jesus guy, Matthew J. Segovia made the mistake of taking out Taysom Hill out of that tight end position, where he still had him sneaky in there, and only 23 on the bench. See, this is where I don't know what's going on. Why isn't he playing him at quarterback? I don't know. Herbert's been a beast, but Taysom Hill proven that he's going to get it done if he's a starter in New Orleans, folks. This kid's legit, or I don't know what's going on, but he seems like he can put up some juice, unless it's the teams will figure out what he's doing and just hurt him next week. You know, is he RG3? Is he Lamar Jackson? Is he Josh Allen? I don't know what's going on. Anywho, on the other side, still waiting till next year, Tyree, looking at Lamar Jackson, speak of the devil, dropping 25, finally doing what he's supposed to do, folks, dropping big numbers on you. Meanwhile, Amari Cooper getting it done with 16, and a big 27 from Kelsey the Beast, and 15 for the Dolphins D. I don't know where that came from, folks. Darrell Henderson with 15 on the bench. Tyree's team not totally dead in the water, but we can't all be dead in the water like John Smith is. Look at that man down there. Tyree's team hasn't been the same since he did a trade, sensing a trend. Danny Boy didn't like his trade very much either. But moving right along, as we see Jay Sizzle. Not much pop in with only $1.10 in Dick's Thunderdome. Aldo an unimpressive 118. Now what you like to see? This dude went off last week with almost 200 points. He had like 170 points, folks. This week, $1.18. You hate to see it. But hey, Deshaun Watson only put up 19 instead of a million. Derrick Henry only 5. And that's Aldo. He's living or dying by these studs, baby. Chubb with only 17. 27 from Justin Jefferson, still going off. 15 from Hawkinson. And 14 on the bench from Hollywood Brown. This Aldo's team so reliant on Deshaun Watson and Derrick Henry getting their business done. But we'll see. Aldo has still got a couple weeks, 3 weeks left to get those points scored. Meanwhile, Jay Sex's shitty-ass team. Let's take a gander. Let's dig in. Matthew Ryan with only 12. Kareem Hunt not getting it done. 22. The namesake of Jay Sizzle's team finally doing some damage with 22. And Michael Thomas. Jay Sex, you can't have it all. Michael Thomas does something the rest of your team doesn't. Sorry, Charlie. Moving on. 19 from Stephon Diggs. This dude's having the year of his life, let me tell you. Meanwhile, not much going on the bench. And this, according to this, Kenny Golladay, baby. Oh no. Tom Brady on bye. Jay Sizzle losing some of his weapons here as the Bucks are on bye. But hey, man, you do what you can. 3 more weeks, score as many points as you can. And hey, at least you aren't as bad as Zach. As Fitz in the Tantrums puts up 94. L's Avengers. Respectable $1.21. He's in the fray, folks. While Zach and Matt Segovia battle for ineptitude in last place in our wonderful league. You'll see Zachariah as Kurt Collins for 21, disappointing Zeke week after week, 13, only a buck point 8 for Brian Hill. But T.Y. Hilton, oh my, the trust being rewarded with 25. This dude should be in free agency. Instead, he's dropping bombs for Zach. And 20 for Brandon Ayuk when he isn't hurt or has COVID. But the big goose egg from Jimmy Graham, it's time to stop trusting him. Zach, get a new tight end in there. Oh, big points on the bench, too. Didn't see that coming, baby. Anyway, moving along. Let's see what Al's team looks like when Crystal's making sure it's nice and tight. I'm sure Crystal was putting in these players for Al, but let's take a look here. Patrick Mahomey still getting 19. Zach Moss, his time is nigh, folks. Only 2 points. The Moss experiment's over, let me tell you. But J.D. McKissick, like a gift from heaven for Al, as Washington's actual RB Gibson gets hurt. McKissick with a big 17-point day and looking good moving forward, folks. Tim Patrick, a big day with 20. Russell Gage, 15. And a big old 28 from Beasley. But Al, what in the blue name of hell? You didn't play a defense, dude. Swear. Crystal. Slap this boy upside the head. Get him going. This dude doesn't even know he's in Dick's Thunderdome right now. Maybe Al needs to pay to ship the belt as a penalty just for not even fielding a defense. What a jabron of jabrons with the swear of the week. Swear. It's the first swear of the week, but maybe not the last. Al, wake up, folks. Wake it up. Anyway, going right along to the big guns. That's it for Dick's Thunderdome. That's it for the Dirt of the Earth. Now it's time for the champions. The people competing to be your heroes of fantasy champion, to be a champion you can look up to be a real hero, folks. And we'll take a look right off the bat as your number one seed Jizzle is facing Ricky G. Ricky G's been on fire. He's torched his way straight into the playoffs. And it's not stopping, folks. He dropped a buck 57 on CJ. CJ feeling the heat, but hey, CJ still like, I got this, boo. Almost a buck 30, keeping pace. A big days for both teams, but can CJ surmount these odds in the second week? I don't know. Let's take a look at how it got done. A-Rod still the big cheese. This big pussy, will he continue to drop 25ers for Ricky G, or will he tear his vagina finally? We will see. James Robinson still scoring big with 22. Gaskins, Davante Adams. The connection's real, folks. 34 points from A-Rod. The connection is there, and it's ever so dangerous. This dude scored a buck 57 when Tyreek Hill only scored 14. Noah Fant getting it done. Folks, from top to bottom, this team's dangerous. The trade for Aaron Rodgers and Cooper Kupp. This dude didn't miss a stride. He doesn't miss Julio Jones one bit, folks. And that's what's making him ever so dangerous. And this dude's got weapons on the bench. Gallman and Reed doing business. Ricardo's team is deep. Ricky G's in business, baby. Could it be his year? Could C. Jizzle, who almost had a perfect season, despite that one little blemish, could he fall right away in the playoffs? Probably. Let's continue to take a looky-loo here. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, the connection. These two show you the secret sauce here, folks. Rodgers to Adams, Murray to D-Hop. It never hurts to have a stud and a muffin and put them together, baby. Let me tell you. Devin Singletary, terrible. They look at Montgomery since coming back like a real RB for CJ. Woof. But that gooser from Kyle Rudolph, that's gotta hurt CJ. I'm so sorry. Robert Woods got some stiffy with 18. 14 for Tyler Boyd. Oh boy. Not much to do on the bench. Maybe he'll get Mark Andrews back. We'll see how that progresses moving forward. But a shootout, to be sure. And we got a hot matchup for next week as we look forward to the second half of this bout. Meanwhile, a surprising turn of events as the highest scoring team in the league, Cristal, falls apart. 88 points. The wheels have come off in the most important time. Adrian is in striking position. He's cast Tyree off. He scored $1.16. It's not that impressive, but it's getting it done against Crystal's 88 in this clash of titans. Let's see where Crystal's wheels came off. Russell Wilson with only 15. Dalvin Cook did his job. Miles Sanders did not, folks. Calvin Ridley scoring 15, not bad. 13 from DK Metcalf. But these are the bombs, folks. These are the people you think you need 20s from. This is where Crystal's getting all her juice from, and it just wasn't flowing this week, folks. Only 4 from Hoop, 1 from Kirsten Kirk, and only 3.1 from James White. And this is a recipe for disaster, folks. Crystal's got to pick it up. Not much doing on the bench. She'll be happy to get Robbie Anderson back. That's not saying much, but hey, she knows what she's doing. She's been doing it all year. The question is, can she come back and beat Adrian in week 2? Let's take a look at Adrian. Roethlisberger with 18. Disappointing running back performances, but it didn't matter. Even look at, I don't even know what's going on. Scary Terry not doing anything. Judge Judy, nothing. But 45 from Darren Waller. I guess they just passed him every single play, folks. 45 points, 22 from Koki, and I don't even know what's going on. Adrian scored $1.16 despite his entire team doing absolute shit. Impressive, folks. Now, we will march straight along into the second week of these matchups. Remember, the Thunderdome, as everyone for themselves scored the most points. It's not out of hand yet, but it can get out of hand real quick. And then we'll look forward to seeing which teams will have the grit and determination. Will Crystal reclaim her scoring glory? Will she make Al put in a defense? Only time will tell. But for now, folks, Dicks out.